Once upon a time, nestled in the wisdom of the ages, the great Buddha shared a thought so profound that it continues to echo across time. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. These are not just words. They are a beacon guiding us through the complexities of life. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey with me, a journey inspired by Buddha's teachings, one that illuminates the path toward peace and enlightenment. Together, we will explore 11 powerful lessons, things we must quietly eliminate from our lives. With each step, we'll draw closer to that serene place within ourselves. Let us begin. Lesson 1. Explaining yourself to those who cause you pain. Have you ever felt the weight of trying to explain yourself to those who hurt you? It's a burden we carry, thinking that justification will ease our pain. Yet, as Buddha wisely reminded us, you will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Imagine that for a moment. The anger you carry is like a fire, and with each word, it only burns deeper within you. By letting go of this need to explain ourselves to those who have caused us pain, we open the door to our own liberation. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or cutting off communication, but understanding that not everyone is willing to listen or change. True healing begins within. In silence, you'll find peace. In letting go, you'll find freedom. Lesson 2. Oversharing about the end of relationships. Relationships, such a tender part of life. When they end, we are left raw, exposed, and often the first thing we do is talk, sometimes too much. But Buddha, in his wisdom, told us to speak only when our words are kind, thoughtful, and free from harm. Gossiping about a relationship's end brings only more pain. So picture this. Instead of spilling every detail, you hold your peace. In that quiet, you preserve your dignity and you give space for healing, not just for yourself, but for the other person as well. Silence, in this case, speaks volumes. Lesson 3. Pursuing unnecessary goals. The trouble is, you think you have time. Such a simple statement from Buddha, yet it carries the weight of our entire existence. Life is short, but often we forget. We chase goals that, in the grand scheme of things, don't matter. Picture your life as a treasure chest, filled with precious gems, each moment a glittering jewel. Yet how often do we waste these gems, distracted by trivial pursuits? Imagine how much more meaningful life would be if we focused only on what truly resonates with our soul. When you let go of unnecessary goals, you free yourself from the distractions that cloud your vision, allowing you to walk a path of purpose and fulfillment. Lesson 4. Raising your voice in anger. Picture a moment of frustration where anger boils within you and you feel the urge to raise your voice. But as Buddha said, holding on to anger is like grasping a burning coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. You're the one who gets burned. When you raise your voice, you harm not only the person you're speaking to, but also yourself. Instead, take a deep breath. Practice patience. Let your words come from a place of calm. In that calmness, you will find your true strength, and your relationships will flourish with deeper understanding and harmony. Lesson 5. Constantly comparing yourself to others. We live in a world of comparison. We look at others and feel that we are somehow less. But Buddha warned us of the danger in this. Comparison breeds jealousy, insecurity, and a deep sense of inadequacy. Now imagine a life where you focus not on others, but on your own unique path. Each of us has a journey that is ours alone, filled with talents and strengths that no one else possesses. When you let go of comparison, you open yourself to self-love, confidence, and the freedom to grow in your own way. Lesson 6. Mindless use of social media. In today's world, social media is ever present. It's so easy to fall into the trap of mindless scrolling, filling our minds with images and stories that do not nourish our souls. But remember Buddha's words, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." What if, instead of aimlessly scrolling, you chose to engage mindfully, seeking out positive, meaningful content that enriches your life? Social media, when used intentionally, can be a tool for connection, growth, and inspiration. Lesson 7. The pursuit of external validation. We all crave validation from others. It's human nature. But Buddha reminds us of an important truth. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Imagine living a life where you no longer seek approval from others to feel worthy. Your confidence, your sense of self-worth, these come from within. This is not to say we shouldn't appreciate praise when it comes, but it's about not letting our happiness hinge on it. Real strength lies in loving yourself just as you are. Lesson 8. Perfectionism. Buddha once said, "There is no perfection in this world, only striving for it." Perfectionism can be a heavy burden. It pushes us to set unattainable standards, and in turn, leaves us feeling perpetually inadequate. But what if, instead of chasing perfection, you embraced your imperfections? What if you saw them as part of your growth, as proof that you are human and learning? In letting go of perfection, you free yourself to progress, to grow, and to enjoy the beauty of life as it is. Lesson 9. Holding on to unrealistic expectations. Expectations are often the root of suffering. We set high standards for ourselves, our relationships, our lives, and when reality doesn't match, we feel crushed. Buddha's wisdom teaches us to release this attachment. Instead of clinging to how things should be, embrace how they are. Life, with all its unpredictability and imperfection, is still beautiful. Let go of unrealistic expectations and learn to appreciate the present moment. In doing so, you'll find peace. Lesson 10. The harmful effects of gossiping. Do not speak unless it improves upon silence, Buddha once said. Gossip, how easy it is to indulge, to share a little too much. But gossiping erodes trust, breeds negativity, and harms relationships. Imagine a world where your words uplift, where your silence speaks wisdom. By choosing not to gossip, you contribute to an environment of trust, kindness, and respect. Lesson 11. The harmful effects of gossiping. Picture a moment where a conversation turns into gossip-idle chatter about someone not present. It seems harmless, doesn't it? But Buddha's wisdom urges us to ask ourselves, do not speak unless it improves upon silence. Gossip may seem like an innocent way to pass the time, but it often spreads negativity, mistrust, and pain. Imagine instead choosing your words carefully, allowing silence to fill the space where harmful words might otherwise have been spoken. Gossip destroys trust, and once it spreads, the damage can be difficult to repair. In a world that is often filled with noise, there's power in mindful communication. Every time you speak, you have the opportunity to either uplift or harm. By refraining from gossip, you create an atmosphere of trust, kindness, and respect. You become a source of positivity in your relationships, fostering deeper, more meaningful connections. So, the next time the temptation to gossip arises, remember the quiet strength in choosing silence or words that bring light, rather than darkness. And so, as we wrap up these 11 lessons, I leave you with this thought. The journey to inner peace is a personal one, but it's also a journey that can transform the world around you. By letting go of these habits, you open yourself to a life filled with purpose, peace, and profound happiness. Let's take these lessons with us as we move forward, creating a life that reflects the wisdom of Buddha.